I just might be a glutton for punishment. Welcome back to Making Everyday Magic. My name is Shanna, and if you are new here, we're a homeschooling family of 4. We are nearing the end, heading into the 4th quarter of our 8th year of homeschooling, and my personal life has finally calmed down enough that I feel like I can breathe. So naturally, let's start thinking about next year. Before we go any further, please scroll down, hit the big red subscribe button, turn on the bell for notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. As always, you can find me right on down in the comments or over on Instagram at Making Everyday Magic. Okay, so yes, I am starting to think about next year, and I have a lot of things. Part of it is that we're nearing the end of the things we're using now. Part of it is that we've just wrapped the 3rd quarter, which is just kind of a natural point of reflection for me. We have settled down our personal lives. If you've been following, we moved, we got off track, it's been wild. We've been busy. But I feel like I have the headspace again to kind of like think creatively, which for me means I'm planning ahead. So looking at next year, I just want to walk you through what I'm thinking so far for next year. I'm not buying anything, I'm not doing anything, I'm just kind of verbalizing where I'm at. And this is twofold. 1, because it's almost the planning season and I like to share. So it helps me figure it out. And 2, you guys, more times than I can count, have let me know about something I didn't know about before. So maybe if I just start sharing my little tiny buds of thoughts, you guys can help me solidify a direction to head to. So let me start with something that I know I want to do.
Well, Sean.
I definitely will use Michael Clay Thompson's 5th level for my next year 8th grader, and we will do level 2 with my next year 4th grader. That is what we will do. For math, I will use Math UC for my youngest, and probably Denison again for my oldest, because so far format, yes, love it, love the switch. So that is probably pretty set in stone. I'll continue things like, battery. I will continue Skill Sharpener's Geography from Evan Moore, probably Zahner Blows Her Handwriting, and All About Spelling. I think that will be our last level of spelling, at least what we did with my older daughter. So I don't know if we'll continue from there with spelling. I will probably add in the Evan Moore Animals workbook, Amazing Animals, because she is just obsessed with the copy they sent over to me. So we will probably do that again because she loves it. Now here's where things go a little differently. I do not know that I will continue with full Timberdoodle kits. You guys know I absolutely love Timberdoodle. I absolutely love them. I love the things they put in the kits. I love everything about it. I love the ease of ordering, scheduler. I love Timberdoodle. I love the people. I love the products. I love the things that they put together. Love it. I just genuinely don't think that we will qualify for kits. So I will probably do what I have always done, which is start there and figure out what we want. But I cannot fathom that we will qualify for kits. I was genuinely shocked when we did this year. And what put us over the top for my 7th grader was the World History Detective. And I don't think that I am going to carry that through next year, only because, and here is another big change, I think I want to use Oh Freedom from Woke Homeschooling. I think it aligns with where we are in our social political climate. I think that is what I want to be doing. So I think I'm going to do that. I have not decided if I want to buy the full book package for like $300 and something it's available, or if I want to try to source them. If you guys have followed around along, you know that I've never used one of those curriculums where I had to source every single book. So I'm a little petrified about my follow through on that. A little terrified of how that's going to go. But I think I really want to do it. I've talked about it for a long time. I just didn't know that we were there. And now I think I can't not do it. is kind of where we're at. And I think I want to do that. Before we did Texas history and she did a like world history detective this year, before we head into high school level histories and other programs, I want to make sure that she gets that decolonized, a different perspective than what we were taught and then what most curriculum pieces will teach her. So it is important to me that she has that solid foundation in a more accurate history base moving forward. And same for my youngest. So that for science. I know this year we did chemistry. I'm gonna have a whole video coming up on that soon. I want to go forward and do physics. I need your input on this. One, I'm thinking about something that's like a Lego physics with Legos, which I think is so fun and cool. Or the virtual reality, like Mel science physics kits. Let me know your thoughts. I genuinely don't know, would love to hear it. So I don't know which direction I'm going there. I also am going to do science classes at the museum. We've done them years before. This year, the person who had organized it before had some life stuff pop up and it just didn't happen. And by the time that I knew about it, it was too late to kind of assume that role. So going forward, I will be organizing that for people that I know at the museum. Love those classes, absolutely love them. Love that we can outsource that, get that kind of classroom experience. I love it. I might do the same thing with art. So my youngest takes art classes at the art museum and they offer homeschool classes. So I might do that as well for art to kind of outsource that. I need to be going into this next year, I will have an 8th grader. I need to be thinking about high school. And right now we are very clearly on a path that diverges. There has been mention of applying to a magnet school here in HISD. If that is the case, I need to be getting my ducks in a row for that transition. And knowing like the dates and testing and all that. That has her decision, not us putting that on her. But there's been mention of that. And we have made it very clear that we run our homeschool as a collaboration. So if at any point this isn't serving them or they want a different path, they absolutely can advocate for themselves for that. And we'll explore all those options as a family and see what just works best. So that is something we are going to be looking into is high school, like public school, high school. There's been an interest. Some offhanded comments. And for me to feel like I am doing my best job for my learner, we're going to deep dive that and learn as much as we can and give her the best choices. It's just, I've always said that we homeschooled from a place of wanting to give her or give our children the best education possible. And that just might be not at home. And that's okay. So that is a big change. So I just want to be prepping and thinking about that. Either way though, I will have a high schooler after that. So I will be doing all of my research in both directions in this coming year. So it's going to be really important that we're intentional. Very, very intentional. So those are the things that I am thinking ahead. Give me any and all feedback. Let me know what I need to know. Let me know what I don't know. Let me know all of the things because my wheels are starting to go. So I'll be back to share what I'm learning, what I'm finding, all of the things because you guys know I love to come here and share. Physics resources, let me know. Give me any links you have on sourcing the books for O Freedom or your thoughts on it if you've done it. By Woke Homeschooling. I'm excited. I'm nervous about my ability to do it because I've never done it. But I believe in myself and I believe in the results and the quality of the education. So that is important to me. So yes, this is just where I'm at. Do you do this? Do you go through this process of like, la, 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 and then maybe like it comes to fruition and you've kind of got it nailed down? This is just my first step. This is my first step. Start thinking, start milling, start researching, poking around, getting some feedback. So that. Guys, I hope that you found any of this helpful, entertaining, or informative. As always, you can find me right on down in the comments or over on Instagram at Making Everyday Magic. I'm excited to come here and share what we're doing, learning along the way. If you have any resources you think I need to know about, drop them down below because it's incredibly helpful to me. Yeah, a little more outsourcing and possibly transitioning to brick and mortar. Who knew? Not this coming year, but the year after, but that means I gotta be ready this year. Right? Right. Okay. All right. Whew. Anyways, I did have an idea for 2 videos, transitioning to middle school and just having, like, sharing people's stories about that and transitioning to high school and sharing success stories about that. So, or, you know, all the way up. So we might do a little series on that. Maybe over summer would be a good time. But we've also got 'tis the season planning videos are coming up, which is why my brain is starting to go. So yeah, big things, guys, big things.